Lisa Rene, 16 years old, and she's home alone.
Eventually you hear the crashing of a window, and they came in and took her.
Ma'am, what's going on? Ma'am!
Next thing you hear is that Lisa is screaming and the phone goes dead.
You could tell that the sound of their voices sounded very threatening and violent.
We knew from the very start that it was going to be a very bad situation.
And what they find confirms their suspicions. The door had been shattered from the outside. There was glass everywhere.
The only thing missing from the apartment was Lisa.
When investigators contact the FBI, the mystery only deepens.
When the voices came on a 911 call, you could hear the voices and tell they were African American males. I was the only minority agent at the time in Fort Worth, and I advised the night clerk that it was not me.
In fact, it isn't the FBI at all.
When agents make arrests, they do not smash the sliding door.
It looks like someone posing as the FBI has abducted Lisa Rene. The FBI sends its evidence response team, the ERTs, to search for leads.
16-year-old Lisa Rene moved to Arlington from the Virgin
Just hours after Lisa Rene was grabbed from her Arlington, Texas apartment, the FBI's ERTs have few leads on the suspects. Only the men seen in camouflage, driving an old Cadillac, and shattered glass.
Okay, sounds good.
Around 4 a.m., detectives get a baffling tip from Lisa's brothers. They claim they've been out riding around looking for Lisa and have just stumbled across a Cadillac matching the APB. It's parked outside a duplex 30 miles away in Irving. They want police to check it out.
This information was very strange to us, that the brothers would have been successful in driving to Irving with no specific place apparently to look for this suspect Cadillac. Feeling the hood when we first got there, it did not appear that the car had been driven recently. It didn't seem to be a car that be driven back from Arlington with our victim inside the car. Yet we couldn't just leave believing that there was a possibility, remote as it may be, that our kidnapped victim was inside this residence.
The homeowner, Cassandra Ross, tells police that the Cadillac belongs to her husband, Jerry, who's at work. She claims to know nothing about the abduction or the missing girl. To be sure, investigators search the home. Then they proceed to the attic. Investigators in Texas finally have a lead on the abducted 16-year-old Lisa Rene. At a duplex in Irving, they found a baseball bat embedded with glass.
We have glass, and now we have a tool. Those items were then sent to the FBI laboratory and chemically analyzed.
Chemists compare the glass shards from the crime scene to the shards from the bat.
We're looking for the clarity of the glass, the thickness of the glass particles, looking at elemental composition of the glass.
They will try to prove that the glass embedded in the bat is the same as the glass that the ERTs found from Lisa's broken apartment door.
It was determined that, yes, they did match identically as far as chemical makeup.
It becomes another piece of the puzzle, putting a more complete picture of what probably happened on the day of that particular crime. And that's very important in reconstruction.
It's valuable evidence, but it isn't going to lead investigators to Lisa. And the longer she's missing, the less likely the chance of a happy ending.
That's what we were primarily focused on. We wanted to find out where Lisa was and recover her alive and bring her back home. In that process, we are looking for the subjects as well, because we need to prosecute someone who's responsible for this.
The ERTs need to track down the drug dealers who were operating out of the Ross home. Lisa's brothers claim they didn't even know their names. The team questions Jerry Ross, who tells them he thinks he knows who the abductors are.
The brother-in-law said, 3 guys in camo clothes driving a Cadillac that looks just like mine. I know who that's going to be because they're my wife's brothers.
Ross tells investigators that on the day of the kidnapping, his wife's brothers, Orlando and Demetrius Hall, came from Arkansas for a visit and a cookout. According to Ross, they'd just gotten out of jail for drug dealing. That afternoon, they were joined by 2 friends named Steve and B-Love.
Let me tell you this, I'm concerned. He said they were in camouflage clothing and they were talking around my house about something. And when I walked around, they were very rude to me and we had a short confrontation.
Can you put it out?